me what you got.
It's a rubber duck.
I don't think it's meant to be a rubber duck. I think it's meant to be a robin.
No,
It's because it's got a red breastlet. Robin redbreast.
Okay, it's a robin then.
Bag that the elf brought you?
Not yet.
Why, what did you want to do?
I want to do the chocolate one.
You want to do the chocolate ones. We are looking for day number 12.
Right, please can you do it?
Yeah.
Please.
Happy?
Thank you.
Nice. I'm up so I can see.
See, honey? See?
Are you excited, baby?
Yeah. Look, there's a T-Rex.
It is a T-Rex, you're right.
Yeah.
Step your foot, Ellie, step your foot on the pedal.
Oh yeah, I didn't realise that. Yeah.
Put your hands under,
Put your hands under.
and then push your foot down.
Up, boom.
Look. It's T-Rex.
It is. I'll take one picture of you.
No, I want to come with you.
Is that good, Alfie? What are they doing?
Something like having a drink.
They are. You happy?
Yeah, and it has a little light so they can see.
You alright, mate? You going to sleep?
Is that who are you?
Stay up! Woo! Hey! Okay, I'm in my room. I'm on the wonk. Is that better? I don't know. I thought I'd come in for a quick update. I haven't really had a chance to record a podcast this week. Not because of the vlogs. I don't think it would have made any difference if I hadn't had the vlogs going on. It's just been a bit mad. And because I would normally record on a Tuesday when I don't have children for my one work day a week, and I'm not getting those because Ellie's been in hospital. I won't get it this week, not because Ellie is in hospital, because she's not. It's because I can't have my son go to my mother-in-law because he has had his flu vaccination, and my nephew, who he shares childcare with, is his immune system is compromised, so he can't be around anyone that's had a live vaccine for a couple of weeks. So I need to have him at home, so I don't get my work day again. But there we go. After Christmas, hopefully everything will get back to normal. And the next Tuesday I don't get my work day because we're at hospital. But I think school will have closed up by then. Anyway, a few things to show you. I have been saying forever that I will not get back into bag making. I loved bag making, but it killed my back. So I never had a proper table or chair or anything. Well, now I have a proper table. It's quite a high table. I also have a proper chair. And I love my sewing machine. I used to make quilts. I love quilting. I can't get back into quilting. That would be really over the top. But I love making bags. I love bags. I'm a bag lover. So I might make some very simple project bags for Yorkshire Yarn Fest, which is next weekend, in which I am taking part in. So I thought I'd just show you some of the fabric. I've just ordered a few back waters, just small enough to make 2 bags per fabric. I just need to buy the coordinating fabric for the bottom part of the bags. I was going to use bits and bobs out of my last little bit of fabric stash because I got rid of most of it, but nothing goes quite right, so I just need to go and get some solid cottons. But I have this yarn, which is these so cute yarn balls, and then so that'll be coming. Hopefully, this is if I get a chance. I need to do it all in the evenings this weekend because my childcare day is gone on the run up to a festival, but there we go, or an online festival. Anyway, I also have this Jane Austen print with Persuasion, Emma, Sense and Sensibility, Northanger Abbey, Pride and Prejudice, Mansfield Park. So all of those ones are on there. So that will be the top section of a few bags, just two bags because I've only got enough to do 2 of each. I couldn't outlay an awful lot of money because I didn't have a lot sat there spare to do it with, so I thought this is a nice way to just test out a few fabrics, see if anyone's actually interested. I will have 2 bags with this fabric, these gorgeous little woodland creatures with night sky around them, they're in little tableaus. I mean, honestly, some of these might not even make it into the shop, so some of them might only have 1 of each because I picked these fabrics because I like them. And then I have this one, which is yarny, knitty, books and hot drinks and just niceness and all the things that I feel are cozy. So there'll be a couple of bags with that on, and then last but definitely not least, I have ladies reading books, or people with long hair reading books. Necessarily not stereotyping. There is this poor lady is going to have part of her head cut off, definitely. That's going to be a back panel on one of the bags, but the others are much better. There's going to be 2 different sizes of bags with this one because I had a little bit of fun cutting, so I really wanted her to be central, and then on this one I really wanted her to be fully in the panel because I love her PJ bottoms, and yeah, and also because it would have got a little bit of that cat. So those fabrics, I should have 2 of each one coming up. We'll see if I can get back into the swing of things with making in the evenings. And I have a new colourway. I will be having a couple of new colourways, a few new things coming up before Yorkshire Yarn Fest. I'm trying to make the most of it, but I don't have an awful lot in stock. Don't have, like today, I don't have tons of, like I haven't got the money or the like the back up at the moment because I'm scared of leaving myself short, because obviously this is my full-time thing, so I'm suddenly becoming frugal with what I spend my money on when it comes to stock, because I'm so nervous that I will be left with it or it won't work. But I do have a new colourway, so here it is. This is Forbidden, or at least so far that's what it's called. I mean, I reserve my right to change my mind until I post it on Instagram. So Forbidden, and this is on a high twist sock yarn, which is personally like my favourite for socks. I do like non-high twist sock yarns too, but this I feel like it just glows. And then I also have a skein of singles here, which, oh my gosh, in a hat would be the softest thing in the world. So yeah, I have a couple of these at the moment, but it's funny to see how the dye really takes differently. This is the same dye lot. There is a lot more natural, well, it's not, it's almost like a light grey because it has lead in this one, in the singles, than there is in there. And I pinched a skein for myself because I just fell in love with it. And I'm sure I brought that skein out to the garage with me. But if I'm honest, my head is all in a tears. And now I can't see it. Yes, I can. Here we go. So I have cast on a sock today. Candy cane in my bag. There we go. And it is rippling round at the moment. Oh, look at that bit. But yeah, we've got real sort of depth in there. And that is the high twist sock, just absolutely glows. So I'm really enjoying this so far. So I'm going to hopefully get that done as a sample. But yeah, Forbidden on singles and sock. And that's going to be a new colourway for Yorkshire Yarn Fest. I cast this on because we went to the dinosaur park today and we went to see Father Christmas with Ellie, and she had the best time, just the best time. And she the first elf that we saw, so it was brilliant. It cost £15 per child, which is to me a lot of money when one of them is one, but whatever, he enjoyed the lights. You go in this one part and you're met by an elf who lets you go through. There is no queue. You're not in. You go in and like 5-10 minute, I don't know, intervals. So there's no one in front and no one behind you, and it's all outside. And you walk through. Basically, it's one of the dinosaur trails that they do, but they've completely Christmasified it. Loads of lights and decorations and signs and all sorts. And then along your way, you find elves who give you stamps in a passport. On your way to the North Pole. Then you meet, you go through a marquee where they had loads of fake snow, like the bubble type that Ellie's like chomping around in because she's been so excited to see snow. Then you go around another corner and there's Mother Christmas, and she actually was amazing with the kids, or with Ellie, because Alfie's not that interactive, and she gives you gingerbread men. And then one of the first elves told Ellie that he looked on the naughty list and Daddy was on the naughty list. And Mummy and Ellie and Alfie were fine, but Daddy was on the naughty list. And just make sure you tell Father Christmas. Well, she did tell Father Christmas. She also told the 4 other elves that we saw on the way to Father Christmas and Mother Christmas. So yeah, she saw everyone she saw. She went, "My daddy's on the naughty list," like straight away. It was really funny. Yeah, then you went through inside into a part, so you did have to wear masks on the bit where you went inside, but again we saw no one else. Where you went through the elves workshop and a little indoor winter wonderland, and you got a candy cane off the tree in the elves workshop, and then you went into a magical elevator that shook and bounced around because apparently it was 1,000 years old. It was just like a little room that you went into on a plate, and then the plate moves and then the other side opens, but it was really cute. And then you go into this sitting room where Father Christmas is fast asleep in a chair, and the elf has to wake him up, and then you stand on some present marks on the floor which are more than 2 meters away from Father Christmas, or about 2 meters away from Father Christmas, and they take your picture and you get a QR code and you can just have that as a free download. And Father Christmas gives you a voucher, a golden ticket, and you take that through to the next room, and the next room is a present room, and you exchange your golden ticket for a present. So Ellie picked a paint your own dinosaur kit. If there is anything arts and crafts, that's what she wants. So I was trying to lean her towards a toy that she could play with over and over and over again, or a game. They had puzzles and games, but no, she wanted is about 6 little dinosaurs and all the paints, so she can paint her own dinosaurs. And she helped Alfie pick his, and I wanted him to get a little wooden dinosaur jigsaw puzzle, like the baby type, but he kept pointing at the bottom shelf, like, or not pointing, leaning with an arm out like I'm gonna grab that. And Ellie said he wanted a cuddly reindeer, and there was a cuddly reindeer with a rattle in its hand, and she passed it to him. So I felt like, I mean, she touched it, so as soon as she touched it I felt like we really needed to take that thing, but then he snatched it out of her hands and didn't let go of it until we were at home, and he was distracted by dinner, and it's an hour journey home. I couldn't believe it. He was in love with this little reindeer with a rattle. And then you walk out at the end of the present room, and there is a van where you get a hot chocolate. So we all got a hot chocolate, and that's all included in the ticket of the £15. So I feel like it was worth it. Yeah, you got a Cadbury's hot chocolate with marshmallows and whipped cream. So I thought it was pretty good. Ellie then, after about 5 minutes of complaining her hot chocolate was too hot, when it was drinkable, she then spilt half of it down her front, but she was wearing her coat, so it was fine. Yeah, we just had the nicest time. It was freezing cold. We spent like a couple of hours at the dinosaur park before we saw Father Christmas, and it was freezing cold, but it was fun, and we just had a great time. And there was barely anybody there because obviously it was so cold. But you weren't allowed to video in once you got past a certain point, which was pretty much near the beginning. You weren't allowed to video or take pictures in inside any of it, or like, yeah, or of any of the cast members, which I do understand, but it's a shame because I would have loved to have shared more of it with you guys. Anyway, I think that's everything. Oh, I know what I haven't shared. I did start that hat. So the hat that my lovely swap friend sent me the yarn and the pattern for the 21 colour slouch hat from the Traveller series, this hat. And I wasn't sure whether or not to start it because I didn't have this first colour, but I think it must have been that they didn't maybe have that first colour in, and she swapped it out for another really gorgeous colour. So now I've used up all the yarns from yesterday and today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, I might have one more to go in. I might have one more day to go in, one more yarn's worth to go in, because I'm getting more than one a day so far. So this is what I have so far. I've done there's a bit of rubbish in there. I've done the little tiny rib, and then I'm onto the main body, and we're just striping quite random little stripes. But I'm loving it. It just sped on quite quickly this morning, and I thought I would also quickly show you where I am with my connected blanket. So this is my blanket pattern that I wrote up and came out with the Lay Family Yarn Advent Calendar for this year, and I am knitting it with my Lay Family Yarn Advent Calendar. And here we go. So this is where I'm at so far. So we are growing. And what I did was, this is day 1 of the Lay Family Yarn Advent, this is day 2, this is day 3, and then we got to the point where, so one of the 20 gram minis does just over 3 squares, or just almost 3.5 squares. So this is day 4, 1, 2, 3, and a bit here. So I used up some more of day 1 on day 4 to finish that column, because we were so close on this diagonal column. Because if you can see, they don't actually, they're like an hourglassy style. They don't actually cast off in between on the diagonal columns. And then on the next one, we got 1. So this was day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. On day 5, can't count to 5 me. I got 1, 2, 3, and almost a half. And then I decided not to switch to the blue, which I had some more of from day 1, because I didn't want to get next to each other. So I switched to the remainders of day 2, which I finished up completely up to here. Then I finished up the last teeny bit of remainders from day 3, because I had a little bit left, because you can get 3 and a bit, which gave me this little stripe. And then a little bit more of day 1, which gave me that little end blue bit. And then I have so far started on day 6, and I have 1 and just over a half squares. So you can see how they join on. You're knitting onto your previous work as you go, so that there isn't any ends to weave in, apart from the ones at the end of the columns and the beginning of the columns. So it will not be a massive load of ends when I'm done. And I've been magic knotting the new yarns on partway through a column, so there's no ends there either. But yeah, it is building. It's just slow going because I am fitting it around other things at the moment. And I needed a sock because I didn't have a sock on the go. Well, actually, that's a lie. I've got about 4 socks on the go around the house, but I didn't have one that was capturing my imagination. And I've now got that excuse where I can always say, oh, well, it's a sample. So if I say it's a shop sample, then that means that I can knit whatever I want, right? Anyway, I am going to put up YouTube videos because I'm a couple of days behind on putting them up, and I'm going to go to bed. So I think that's everything. See you later.